Well, I had played against Giannis a couple times, and I think the first couple times I played him, I didn't even remember. It
Yeah.
wasn't nothing that made me kind of stick out to remember the kid or nothing.
Mm.
I don't even recall it. I don't, to the point where it wasn't an impression. It wasn't until the third time, or I think I was a little older. I think I was in Minnesota. I think we had a preseason game against Milwaukee, and I could tell just how he looked like Bruce Lee. He looked super ripped. He looked different. He didn't look like he wasn't like his posture was straight up. He looked super, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when I saw that, we had like that was my first interaction with him in this preseason game. And then obviously the next year I retire, and then I get a call from Jay Kidd to ask me if I can actually come in and work with him because Giannis had requested to come in. He wanted to actually.
Yeah.
So then my first impressions of him is that he was very respectful and he was very timid, you know?
Mm.
And when I would talk to him, and when I would say certain things to him, he would look me in the face. He would look down. He'd be listening. Kind of somebody do this when they're listening or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I start making him look at me. Hey, 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 hey. Obviously I'm putting something on him. Hey, hey, look at me. Hey, when you go in here, and then I'm giving it to him, and then he'll just nod his head and look. And then as I started working with him a little more, I noticed that he had a fire
Mm.
that he wanted to let out. And it was just when James Harden and the Euro was coming in, and I actually thought that he was able to use the Euro better than anybody, especially in transition. And he wanted something more of half court. He wanted more knowledge of traps and options to the bag, one-on-one options, back to the basket, facing moves that was in the paint, footwork. So I showed him. I didn't have time to show him all of it, but I showed him things that I thought that could absolutely help him day one, and that he can do day one that would impact a lot. He later on goes and worked out with Cove and some other people, but yeah, early Giannis was
Yeah.
timid until he actually dialed into the knowledge, and then he applied the knowledge, which is the difference in a lot of things. People get knowledge, but they don't always apply it. And I can say that he applied it and then made a whole foundation of his game and who you know him to be today. So, big up to Giannis, man.